Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Full-time MMA?
MMA,
Nothing
yeah.
else?
My life, man, yeah.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And Jon Jones has blasted Kobe Covington in response to Kobe calling him out on Instagram. If you recall, Kobe Covington, Jon Jones' former roommate, actually back in college. For one, Kobe Covington is the UFC's #1 asshole, most hated fighter in the UFC because he's doing everything except for fighting to build his name up. And that includes a whole lot of disrespecting other fighters, people's fucking countries, and he's using his mouth, talking a lot of shit, and he's building up a lot of hype that way because now people want to see Kobe Covington get knocked the fuck out. But the thing is, whether you tune in to see him win or you tune in to see him lose, you're tuning in to see Kobe Covington fight, which means he's going to sell pay-per-views. So, even though it's probably not the best way to go about building your name, it's working for Kobe, as he's going to be fighting RDA for the interim welterweight title fight this Saturday, actually tomorrow at UFC 225. But before this, one of the many people Kobe Covington has pissed off, and even more recently, I mean, Kobe Covington and Jon Jones are former roommates. They went at it like a year ago. They went at it on Twitter. They went their separate ways. Jon Jones went on to become one of the greatest fighters of all time, light heavyweight champion. Kobe Covington went on to become a nobody, essentially, until now, right? Whenever Jon Jones was doing his thug biz, when everybody knew who he was and he was on the top of the sport, nobody knew Kobe Covington. Kobe Covington wasn't even an afterthought. No one had thought of him yet. Kobe Covington was probably still practicing WWE or trash talk, right? We didn't know who Kobe Covington was at that time. So Kobe Covington might have been a little jealous here, you know what I'm saying, of Jon Jones' former roommate. Oh, he's a champion, why am I not? I'm gonna spoil Star Wars. I don't know what the fuck goes through Kobe Covington's head, but he's been lashing out at Jon Jones recently. One of the many people he's been speaking out against. And about Jon Jones, he said Jon Jones has been doing steroids and other drugs since college. Sorry about that. He said that Jon Jones has been doing steroids and other drugs since college. But this is the thing about Kobe Covington. He just talks a lot of trash, so you never know when you can believe him. Even though half the shit he says, you're like, I wonder if there's something to that. Is Kobe Covington a racist or a realist? No, I'm just kidding, but he does say he's not a racist, he's a realist. And also, as far as the racism is concerned, I actually don't think Kobe Covington's racist, but I know some people might disagree. And I say that because some of his best friends are actually Hispanic, so it's kind of hard for him to say Brazil is a dump and you accuse him of being racist when his best friend is actually Cuban. You know, Brazil's not necessarily a race, you know. If you're racist against Brazilians, you're probably racist against brown-skinned people because that's their race, right? And his boy Jorge Masvidal, that's actually one of his best friends. So I don't think Kobe Covington's racist, but he does say a lot of shit that would piss you off. Like he said, Brazil's a dump. He said the people are filthy animals. He's called Kamaru Usman boy multiple times at press conferences and shit like that. You know, kind of race baiting a little bit. You know, doing shit that's gonna make people think you're racist and react like you're racist, but we don't really know if he is. But either way, he also went at former teammates. Tyron Woodley, former teammate, now former roommate, Jon Jones. And he's talking, you know, he said Jon Jones used to cheat on his girl back in college or his wife back in college. Like, he's talking a lot of shit that if you were somebody's roommate, you actually might know, but it's not some shit you're ever supposed to let out the bag, right? If one of my best friends is cheating on his fucking girl, I'm not going to come out 2 years later when he's a fucking champion and say, oh yeah, back when we were best friends, he used to fucking cheat on his wife and do cocaine. It's like, what the fuck? That is completely out of line. But that's what Kobe Covington is doing here with Jon Jones. And he even made himself look bad. That's why I love this meme Jon Jones posted. Kobe Covington said that Jon Jones used to come home and be like, hey Kobe, do the fucking dishes and shit like that. Like, what? Jon Jones used to come in and essentially like punk you into doing his dishes. Like, hey Kobe, why aren't the dishes done? So Jon Jones posted this meme and said, hey pussy, are my dishes still there? Jon Jones low-key destroyed Kobe Covington, not just with that. He actually even had to delete some of the shit he tweeted. Check this out. But first, this is the caption he posted with, hey pussy, my dish is still there? He said, you're a special type of liar, bro. And honestly, I feel sorry for you. Actually, think I feel more sorry for anyone in your life who believes a word that comes out of your mouth. The way lies can just roll off your tongue is honestly impressive. You're disgusting. So Jon Jones is taking the high road, the innocent road, like, I would never, what? I was not doing drugs or steroids or cheating in college. That is unheard of. Who would ever believe anything that comes out of Colby's mouth? Like, honestly, I was kind of on the edge. Kobe Covington might be right. I mean, he's an asshole for telling it, but shit, I don't know if Kobe Covington's lying here. But Jon Jones does have a good leg to stand on because Kobe Covington spews so much bullshit. How do you know what to believe? So Jon Jones is like, yo, Kobe, you're fucking lying, dog. But it clearly seems to rile Jon Jones up because that's not all he said. He also tweeted this and he was forced to delete it, as you can see why. 50,000 to the man who hits him with the boomerang on the way to the cage tomorrow night. Nah, I'm playing. He had to delete that really quick because you could imagine if a fan fucking actually hit Kobe Covington with the boomerang, Jon Jones is going to be one of the first names in the police report and the lawsuit from Kobe Covington. He told somebody to hit me with the boomerang. He said $50,000. Fucking, you know, Kobe Covington running straight to the police if Jon Jones confronts him, which is why Joe Rogan told Kobe, hey, how about you watch your mouth when you're talking about Jon Jones, because Jon Jones can kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you got to do is not talk shit about other fighters if you don't want to get your ass kicked, right? If you're another fighter. But it is what it is. Kobe Covington's approaching this like he's a citizen, right? He's taking the Angela Magana approach. Even though you're a UFC fighter and people expect you to back your shit up, if you're talking trash on another fighter, you're a fighter yourself, a professional fighter. They expect you to be able to back that shit up. Because if you're Kobe Covington, how can you go around and saying, oh, this guy's a steroid drug head that fucking cheats on his wife, this guy's a filthy animal, and all of his people are filthy animals. This guy, how can you go around being this much of an asshole, pissing all of these people off and expect no repercussions? You know what I'm saying? Especially as a UFC fighter. And maybe he does expect those repercussions, but when they come, how does he react? Does he handle it like a badass, or does he call the police? You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking Samaritan, like I would do, or you might do, unless you're a fighter. That's another topic for another day. But either way, man, Jon Jones has blasted Kobe Covington. He deleted this tweet, 50,000 to the man that hits him with the boomerang on the way to the cage. As you could imagine, that could definitely be bad for Jon Jones if it actually happened. Even though he put "nah, I'm playing" on the tweet, there's people that don't like Kobe Covington and might still take Jon Jones up on that. But Jon Jones did post one more tweet. He said, retweet if you're praying RDA pulls this off tomorrow night. Amen. We'll see what happens. With that being said, UFC 225 is tomorrow. There's an interim title fight between Kobe Covington and RDA. I'm going to be doing a live fight companion right here on a Google Hangout, going absolutely fucking crazy for every fight. I ain't even drinking like a month. I'm going to be drinking tomorrow. I'm going to fuck around and hit a shoey when Tai Tuivasa gets a knockout, if he's able to get a knockout. If Tai Tuivasa picks up his 10th win, 10-0, 10th knockout in the first round, if he's able to do that, I'm finding a shoe and I'm drinking something out of it. I'm hitting the shoey with my boy Tuivasa, so make sure you tune in to the live fight companion tomorrow right here at Full Time MMA. Let the Full Time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for checking out this video. If you're new, or if you're just slacking on your pimping, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to help support this independent channel, you can either click the PayPal button in the description, or you can go to patreon.com/fulltimemma and consider becoming a patron. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.